And I told myself I was gonna wake up early, go and do a little cardio workout, get a few groceries I need, and then come back in time for work. And man, I woke up at 8 a.m. and I felt dizzy as hell. I got up from the bed and the room was spinning and I just fell right back down. Um, I just cannot, absolutely cannot get a good night's rest. Far better, it's terrible, but it's better than it was when I had that crappy girl here. But it is definitely a struggle. Uh, I double read Adam Mancini's newsletter, um, and I expect Chop today, and so does he. And it's possible we may be building a bull flag. So let's see if I can jump ahead of that and see if I can find it. Um, Come on, focus. See, the question is, where's the bottom going to be? Because I don't think it has fully formed yet. I anticipate, it could be, I don't think it's this. It could be this right here. Hmm. I don't know. And 4,000 level has been tested multiple times. One, two, three. And it looks like it's kind of failed, but it's a fake breakout. Let me zoom in on it a bit. So really the 4,000 level is here, but I just have a cluster between my daily and um, this 4002. 4008 was supposed to be a support. Um, I thought I had that there. Did I take it off? I guess I took it off. Let me put it back on again. Let me zoom out a bit. Of course, now it's potentially resistance. I can't freaking talk. Let's take a look on SPY. So this is our equivalent to the 4,000 a weekly that really hasn't had any effect. Um, what will be the equivalent for the 4008? I guess here. God bless it, almighty man. I I usually make these for my demand zone, so let me just change this a bit. Actually, don't know if I really want this on here. I don't know, it could be the crappy neighbor upstairs or the one next door. It's always something. Okay, going back to ES for a moment. Oh yes, and actually 4022 is kind of like now the resistance. It's sort of adjusted. I'll fix that in a second. I just want to show on ES. I wonder if I should get rid of this. I don't know. Great. Now I forgot what I wanted to show. God, I want to do this early. I want to try and go shower before the market opens. I don't know why. I just want to go shower now. And also, since I didn't get up early enough to go to the grocery store, I have like nothing to make my smoothie with, or at least no liquid, no milk. So it looks like I'll be having a water smoothie today, water and oatmeal. Yeah. I remember there was a time when I was living in the place before this one, the Roach Motel, and I was so broke. And this is when I first met my ex. That oddly I say met when we never actually met face to face. It was a long distance relationship the entire time. Um, which sucked. And it's kind of why I didn't want to be with her anymore, because she would make excuses to not come down to see me. And I knew kind of why that was. She was a bit on the chubby side, and that's not really my thing. But she's also a bit lazy. I'm one to talk. I didn't get up to work out, but she didn't want to go to the gym or train or whatever. She claimed she did, but I don't know. I just know there's some people that no matter how much they train or push hard, um, it's gonna be very difficult for them to lose weight, and she struck me like one of those people. Um, I don't know, and she ate a lot. Anyways, I'm sorry, I'm rambling. The point is, I was struggling financially, and my breakfast most mornings was um, oatmeal, uh, apple slices, a little bit of peanut butter, and water. Maybe some frozen fruit. Couldn't afford milk because milk was too expensive, and that's funny because that was back in 2020. Milk is probably like 3 times the cost now, or at least the milk that I buy. Um, no, it wasn't milk. I forgot. Back then, I didn't really drink milk. I started drinking milk when I dated a German girl a few months ago. Well, actually, a few months. That's last year, September. Wow, it's been a while. Um, I was drinking almond milk, yeah, because it was cheaper back then. But now, all milks are expensive, it seems. Doesn't matter if it's soy, oat, regular milk. So yeah, I'm used to having water, oatmeal smoothies. Ah, there it goes. I was hoping this wouldn't come. Oh, I gotta call these people again. All right. Um, I wish I can see something for the VIX, but I don't. This this worries me. This is from Thursday, and this was an intense drop pre-market on Friday before. Wait, Friday? No, 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 no. This is yesterday. Was Friday the rally? I'm so confused. Friday must have been the rally. Yeah, Friday was the rally. But even though we're clearly chopping here, right? The VIX still went down yesterday. Although yesterday was a bit of a rally after we tested 4,000 support. So that's probably why. Yeah, I mean, this was quite the drop initially. This is weird, a big drop and then followed by a rise that didn't even quite make up for the drop. But on the VIX, a slight rise followed by a larger drop. I don't know. I don't know how to put it in words, but I just don't see an edge. If I guess not like I did on Friday. Friday was the definite edge, and that's why I should have definitely traded. It was stupid of me to not trade on Friday. But I don't see anything today. The only thing that I can say bull plan wise is if we have a clear recovery of the 4,000 level, and it looks like we're trucking back up, which I don't want to see actually. I want to see 4,000 fail, and then we test, the next level down or something, and then take a bearish scenario for now. But if that happens, then the long-term bullish scenario is over. Um, and I remember from Adam Mancini's newsletter, as long as we can keep it above, and oh yes, 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 I did find his inverse head and shoulder. It's hard for me to why is this? Ugh, whatever. You know what? I need to get rid of this. How do I get rid of this? I don't understand why. Oh, boy. I can't stand this thing sometimes. Okay, that's what that is. So that's a label. So you'll show me the label. You'll give me the option to show the label, but you won't show the title. Just, I can't stand this app sometimes, man. Okay. Um, oh, wait, let me back it up to a 94 hour. Okay, here it is. This is the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. I know I would much rather see a cleaner looking head and shoulders personally. This looks kind of messy, but that's it. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Um, but I can't blame myself for not seeing it. I would have preferred, like I said, to see a much clearer looking head and shoulder, and that's not it. Um, so yeah, if this is bull flagging, oh my god, I keep doing that so much. And then it gives all the real estate to the volume. I would like to see a retest of this bull flag, is what I'm trying to say. I think that's what I would like to see, but um, I don't really have a plan. I don't see an edge. I don't have a plan one way or the other. So I did it again. I did it again. I'm gonna go shower. I need to step away. I actually would just like a couple days just to get away from work and trading and just work out and recharge and eat healthy and refresh my brain. Um, all right. Well, obviously I was in the shower when the bell rung and I just didn't care. We are starting to form a supply, but I think that's going to be broken in a moment. We had a quick flush below and a quick recovery of support. I chose 397 because I think if this does go up, there's a chance we may see resistance here. Obviously, VWAP could be an issue. We could see an issue here because this is going to be 4008. I just want to confirm that is, yeah, that's 4008 on ES. And this daily, you know what? I just realized I did not try and find the bull flag on SPY. Foolish, I'm just so foolish. I don't know if it'll show as clearly on SPY as it does on ES though. I just want to back up on my other screen to see where I got undo remove price level. Okay, I started up, looks like right here. This kind of looks like it. Mind you, I don't know for sure if this is a bull flag. I'm just trying to find something, some chaos in the pattern, some pattern in the chaos. Okay. So it looks like we came close to the bottom of that bull flag and then recovered. So that means if this does rally, there's a possibility we may not make it past this point to the daily. There's a possibility we may not even make it past this point. So yeah, I don't really see an edge. I don't think this is gonna be a good day to trade. I know I'm gonna sound like a real nerd, but I didn't realize that the beta test of this game called Diablo 4 was out this weekend, and I ended up downloading it and playing it a little bit. I remember, and I was a big, I mean I still am into games, but I was a big gamer back in what I call the golden age of gaming between like 2008 and 2012. is when games I think were at their pinnacle. I mean, I guess someone else could argue saying that, back in the 80s or whatever with Pac-Man or whatever, but to me that's like the birth of gaming, and gaming was still in its infancy. But um, to me, the days of Halo 3, Halo Reach, I didn't really like Call of Duty, honestly, but I know others did. My favorite games back then, my top 10 or top 5 games back then would be the Mass Effect trilogy. Speaking of which, this piece of garbage girl stole my Mass Effect game. That's why I think she was here with a guy, helping her steal my stuff. Um, Skyrim, another game that I had here that they stole. The anniversary edition. I love Skyrim. Um, and then later on, although this was after 2012, I think Diablo 3 came out, and I actually really like that game. It's a fun game. Um, Halo Reach, I think I already said that. What was another game that I played? I liked Fable 2 when it came out, but then I tried replaying it again a few years later, and I just didn't feel it. Um, I played Dragon Age. I liked it again when it first came out, but then I tried it again and I didn't like it. I don't know, it's weird when you get older, your tastes change in things, I guess. Um, but yeah, so anyways, Diablo 4 beta came out, and I probably spent too much time playing that over the weekend. And then yesterday I tried logging in again, but the beta test is over now, and the game isn't going to be released until June, I think. Of course, June 6th is when it's going to be released. Um, but and you can pre-order it, which I'm not going to do. But yeah, I know this sounds pathetic, but I really wish I was successful in this, so I can make money doing this, so I can take my butt out to work out and push myself hard, go to the store, buy healthy food, come back, eat, and relax. And the sad reality is, if I didn't lose my career, and if I didn't join the department that I joined, if I joined a better one, I became a cop like in the year 2000. Technically speaking, in some agencies, I could have retired in 2020, but in most agencies, in just a couple more years, 2025, I can retire with a pension. And it's kind of, not kind of, it is very tragic for me to think that because I got screwed over by a girl, this which is a common theme in my life, by the way. Um, I lost well over a decade of time put into a department for retirement, and then spent the last decade trying to build my life back unsuccessfully. Anyways, all right, so yeah, clearly this little dip here would be a good time to get in. We're forming a demand now, right here. This candle just started, yeah? Okay. I'm gonna wait for this candle to close before I even start doing the demand. But if this gets a retest, maybe I can get in the mid 50s with a little theta decay, and then maybe it'll push later on in the day. I'm not sure. Damn, I'm already hungry. I forgot to take my one thing I use to sort of help myself heal from workouts in the morning. I sometimes forget to do this. As soon as I get up in the morning, I go and have an amino acid pill with all 18 essential amino acids, not branched chain amino acids, and then I go and I have my creatine pill, which again, that's something else this piece of garbage girl stole. I had two of those creatine pills. Each pill container is like around $26, $27, and she stole two of them. So I had to buy another one because you need to take a creatine every day. It's something that your body stores. And yeah, this piece of garbage girl cost me easily about $150, $200 because I had to buy my electric razor again, which I still haven't used, ironically. I'm gonna try and use it today. Um, man, I wish some violent things would happen to that girl. I despise her. And on my previous videos, you probably see her walking around with her stuck-up, cocky little walk, like she's some Nubian queen or something. Ugh. I should have. I had bad vibes the moment I saw her, and I should have not even allowed her into my place. I really wanted to say when I first picked up and driving to my place, yeah, I don't think this is gonna work out. I really wanted to say it, but there's a part of me saying, nope, don't be judgmental, don't be biased, don't be like that, be better. Whatever. All right, tweet from Adam Mancini. One moment while I pull it up. Okay, 4K has been my key support, and ES certainly agrees. Now testing it 4 times this week and basing here for hours. This zone is very well tested now. Bulls want to see a push here within half an hour, ideally to 4020, 4038 above. Fail of today's low now likely starts down to 3983 and 3973. And we had a big drop here, and my alert went off. I think I had set my alert for 54 or something. Yeah, I set my alert for, oh, I didn't set it for the option. I set it up for here. And I think I did it actually on ES. No, I didn't. I did it for SPY. And we came back down and retested, and my alert went off, and I probably should have set a buy-in here at like 50 or something. But if I had, I could have bought in at 50, and right now I could have sold here at 75 for $25 profit, which for my tiny account is significant. But here we go. There it is. There's the run. Well, I had my chance and I didn't get in. What can I do, man? I set my alert to jump in. And I don't know. I know what I was doing. I was too enthralled in this. I don't care. I'm gonna vent for a bit because clearly my chance is already gone. So I'm somewhat conservative in certain ways, and I don't like woke signaling or woke media or any of that stuff. I don't like the idea of someone being given a position mainly because of their gender or ethnicity, more so than their expertise, if that makes sense. I don't care if it's a person of color or a person who's white. I prefer someone getting into a position because they prove themselves. So anyways, so in media, I grew up obviously loving movies like Conan the Barbarian, Willow, and I didn't really like Lord of the Rings, the first 2 movies, but the last one I liked. And when Star Wars came out with The Force Awakens, I liked that one, but the other 2 I thought were just terrible. And there's been a backlash to Hollywood and media's attempts to, I guess, inject more diversity into certain films and TV shows, but it's to the point where it's almost cringe the way they push the diversity. It's almost, I guess, in some cases, they're more interested in the diversity of the cast than the quality of the show, the writing, the whatever. So there was this YouTuber that I liked watching called The Critical Drinker. And I thought it was funny because listening to him talk, it sounded like he was drunk or he was inebriated while he was giving his review of certain movies that I thought was hilarious. But then I remember there was a time in the 2019, 2018 when other movie reviewers were getting popular as well. And one of them, judged one of my favorite movies, Blade, and they were making fun of it. They mocked it because they had the title. They mocked the title because it was black and red or something like that. They mocked the music. They mocked the actor. They mocked the character. They just made fun of Blade, and I thought, you know, I think it's a great movie, especially for its time. It's one of my favorite movies. Why would you mock all these things? And they didn't, Blade came out in 1998, so this review obviously was very late, obviously, because YouTube didn't exist back then. But they gave their review of Blade, and well, we're at 4008, which is now resistance for ES. Let's see if it breaks past that. Let me show it here. Oh my god. I thought I turned my AC off and I adjusted the temperature. But because the battery that I'm using are rechargeables that are old, because this piece of garbage girl stole my batteries, which is what I use in my AC, the thermometer, whatever, they died. So my AC turned back on. I gotta turn this back off. I'll be right back. So he would make, this guy, Critical Drinker, would make, oh no, let me go back to the other one. I forget the name of the other YouTube channel. But yeah, they were mocking Blade. Everything that was cool about Blade, like they were like, oh yeah, the title's red and black, he's red and black, everything's red and black. They just overused red and black. Well, around the time they made that review of Blade, Venom, the movie came out, and they were reviewing Venom. I mean, obviously this is later, but what I found hilarious is that they praised Venom for being all black and white, that the title was all black and white, that um, Eddie Brock, the way he dressed, it was like, dark black, and the motorcycle jacket was black, everything was black. So when Blade did it, it was corny, it was cheesy. When Venom does it, then it's cool. So, and then there was another channel, Watch Mojo, and they would always do the top 10, and they were doing the top 10 best vampires. Blade wasn't in that one. They were doing the top 10. Oh yes, when they did the top 10 best vampires, and they didn't put Blade in it. In the beginning, they said, and now just as a caveat, these have to be complete vampires, not half vampires. It has to be an actual, full vampire, full-blooded vampire. It's almost like they created some rule just to exclude Blade from their top 10 list. Then they came out with another one, Best Top 10 Vampire Killers, or something like that. Somehow, Blade didn't make that list either. I was so upset that I sent an email to Watch Mojo saying that how hilarious I thought it that they would bend over backwards and rationalize and make all these twisted logical reasons not to include Blade in their top 10 anything because of some sort of racism. And man, I was surprised they actually responded back to me saying that Watch Mojo was absolutely not racist and and they gave me the same justifications why they didn't include Blade in any of their top 10 whatever. So anyways, Critical Drinker was doing a review on the Netflix show The Witcher, which I thought was okay, the first season. The second season, I literally fell asleep watching it. It was so boring. And he complained that there were too many people of color in the show. Even though the protagonist is white, Henry Cavill, all the protagonist females except for the one playing Yennefer, which I can't stand that character. And I find that woman unattractive, but she's obviously not white. I don't know what her ethnicity is, but most of the cast is Caucasian. And anyone who was of color were like extras. He was complaining about there being too many extras of color. I actually took the effort to look at the cast of The Witcher season 1, and there were like 100 something people that were casted in this show. Out of that 100, I think like 11 were people of color, so 10% of the cast were of color. But his argument was that The Witcher is based on medieval times or something like that, which I'm like, is it really? It seems like any movie that involves swords and magic is therefore off limits to anybody who's people of color. Like Lord of the Rings, I think, if I'm not mistaken, there wasn't a single person of color in that entire trilogy. And I pointed it out in a post on Instagram. I'm sorry, this is what my whole rant is about. This is why I was distracted and I didn't enter my position. Well, also because I'm scared to trade today because today's choppy as hell. The only edge I can see is that we came close to the bottom of the bull flag and we're at Adam Mancini's support. But this area has been well tested, so I was a bit worried to go long here. But yeah, I probably should have put a buy in at like 50 or 55. And there's a YouTuber, there's a Instagram profile that I follow, and I like this guy. I think his name is Chris Williams or something like that. And he's interviewed the guy from Critical Drinker, and their main complaint was talking about how um, Hollywood has been portraying Caucasian men, especially, as being moronic, incompetent. But that's not new to me. That's been happening since like Family Guy, Flintstones, whatever. The buffoon husband or whatever, and the one who's always the one who's smart and brings things together is always the wife or something like that. But I had posted that I stopped watching or I unsubscribed to Critical Drinker because of his complaints about being too many there being too many people of color. Because again, like The Witcher, I can understand if you don't like it when a character who's you know been in existence for a long time suddenly is now being portrayed by a person of color or something like that. I suppose it would be a rational argument for people to say, wait, the Black Panther is being played by a white guy now. That doesn't make sense. Or Blade's being played by a white guy now. That doesn't make sense. I can understand that. But then, um, if a movie comes out that's predominantly a white cast, the protagonist is white, the antagonist is white, but there's a few extras that are black, and that upsets you, I think that says something more about you than the actual show, in my personal opinion. So, and as a person of color when I was younger, I got beat up and spit on by people because of my skin color. I've had more than a few incidences where when I was a kid, I would have to walk like, I think it was a mile and a half, 2 miles to go to school as a kid. And this is like middle school. And there were these two white guys that had their dogs, and the dogs were barking at me. And they let the dogs go. And the dogs ran up to me, barking like they were gonna bite me, and I was terrified. I'm like in, I, I don't know, if I think it's middle school, but I don't know. Maybe it is. No, I think it might have been elementary school. Yeah, I think it was elementary school. I think I was like in fifth or sixth grade or something like that. Definitely was elementary school. I was a kid, and I took my book bag off and swung it and hit one of the dogs in the head to try and keep them from biting me. And of course, now they were laughing, these two white guys. And when I hit one of their dogs in the head with my bag, then they walked up yelling at me, and I walked away crying because I was terrified, man. These are two big dogs. And this is just one story of many examples throughout my life of bigotry and racism that I had to deal with. So, um, I, I I may have a lot of conservative views, but I don't tolerate racism, and I can pick it out when I see it. And I can understand being upset about woke Hollywood, woke signaling. That makes sense. It bothers me too, and it's cringe. But if you complain that The Witcher had, 3 or 4 extra people of color as just extras, and that bothered you, to me that says something more about you. So anyways, yeah, that's my rant. That is why I didn't enter this position, because this was falling, this was dropping here, and I was waiting for the demand zone to be formed, which really it's hard to even find one here. This one, I guess, is probably the one that really works. And I said I would draw it when the and again, can you really call this a retest? When this recovered, I guess I could have gone in, yes, but the recovery probably occurred more like around 65, 70. When what? Let's find out. Let's zoom in and find out when that recovery actually happened. Our dip was at 10 o'clock. So here we go, 10 o'clock. Our recovery, really, one can say, is probably like maybe here at 10:02 or 10:03. So at 10:03, we are now between 60 and 66. So let's say I got long at 60. Let's say I got lucky. I would have to exit very soon to maybe make 20, 25 bucks, because here we are, we're pulling back again. Now I am going to put another alert for a retest of this demand zone. But remember, I should actually put the, and you know what? This is my major support. I'm going to adjust this slightly down to here, and then put an alert here. I might put the, oh wait, no, alert. And we're at 3548. There. I know it's a little bit higher than before. I forgot what I was saying. I'm sorry, I just got distracted by work. Um, I'm putting the alert a little bit higher than normal. If we pull back to here, I'll try another long. In fact, I might go even higher. If we pull back to here, I might try another long and see. You know, I haven't even checked the dates. Yeah, let me do that in a second. Okay, here we go. Jefferson's speech. Today's Tuesday. Fed bar, he's already spoke. 3-year mortgage rates tomorrow. Barr again is speaking at 9. I'm looking for like an FOMC core PCE price index Friday. $737, so PC price index year over year. Okay. I'm trying to see if I can find what might be the catalyst for this breakout of the range. Jobless claims for Thursday. Payroll next week Friday. That might be it, but I don't think this is going to chop that long. Alright, so it looks like we've just now created a supply, and look where it's been created. Just under our 4008 resistance. I've been disgusted lately with my body. Just I'm feeling as though I need to really get my act together and figure things out. I need to get out there and train more. I've only been working out like on average twice a week when I used to do it 3 times a week, and the minimum is 3. And I have barely been doing my core, but I'm scared to do core often because my abdominals would spasm violently if I pushed them too hard. And it's hard to explain, but most people don't realize that when you're sitting up, when you're standing, your abdominals, well, not your abdominals, but your core is active. If you turn off your core muscles, you just fall. Your I don't know how to explain it, but your core is your core. It's if the muscles in your core starts to spasm, if you're standing and just half the muscles in your core start to spasm violently, you won't be standing anymore. You're gonna fall on the floor because your core also includes your erector spinae, the muscles in your back that support your spine. Um, so yeah, I mean obviously there's not much core workout that you're doing standing. Actually, no, there's a lot. I can think of a lot, but it doesn't matter. Even if I'm laying down, when my core starts to violently spasm, I'm in a fetal position, and I have to try and bring myself into that what is that yoga pose, the cobra, where you stretch your abdominals while you're face down on the floor, and you try and push your upper body up. When you do that, wait, hold on, I'm gonna adjust this to here for now. Okay. But yeah, I'm getting myself a little pot belly, and now that I'm no longer working at the grocery store, I'm on my feet all day. I'm sitting down most of the day. Um, that's not really good for the body. You know what? I never even took a look at VIX. Let's take a look at VIX. Look, we've gotten even lower. And I know this is a weird rule to have, but sometimes I don't like trading VIX when it's gotten so low. And this is just odd. I almost feel like saying that we should get a pullback. I guess that's that drop where I was looking for. Yep, we pulled back down. Here we go. But my concern is we've just formed a clean, strong supply. I mean, I say strong because of how far down we've gone. And we're once again at 4,000. Yeah. I like trading a level that's been tested like just once. Like it touches that level and it just goes off. It's gone. Sorry, I keep sounding like somebody's dropping something here. I don't know. I don't know. Should I take it? No, because look, I just saw this on VIX. We got past this level and now we're rejecting. I think I know what's making that popping noise. I put my rechargeable batteries in the recharger. I think the popping noise is coming from there, which is a bit concerning. Why is it? I gotta look at it later. This this would be a good time to take this long. This is why I probably should have. I may have to adjust this. I think it's in the right spot. Or maybe I need another one. Hold on. I took the rechargeable batteries out because they're hot. They're really warm. Yeah, I think I might need to throw these batteries away. I need to buy new batteries. God, I hate that freaking piece of garbage ghetto girl that was here. I also use the batteries. My ex bought me those batteries because I use them in my air conditioning. I use them in my mouse because I use my mouse often, especially because I'm trading. And something else I use them for. Um, oh, my Xbox controller, because that's how we communicated through Xbox. So look, it looks like we're having a rejection here. So I may adjust this 4 hour, but let's see if I can find another spot where it justifies an adjustment. Yeah. Okay. Let's bring this down a little bit. Oops. So yeah, we're rejecting here. So no, going long is not an option. We did down below 4,000 again. And when was Adam Mancini's tweet when he said that we need to get moving within the next half hour? That was 23 minutes ago. So here's what's probably going to end up happening. It's been 28 minutes ago. So what's probably going to happen is if 4,000 fails, this is going to drop down to Adam Mancini's next target of 3983 and 3973. And I think if I know Adam Mancini, if this drops just below 3990, he may take this short for a scalp to 3983, where he'll take off most of his position and then leave a runner for 3973. That's probably what he's going to do, which means if I was doing options, 397, look at that. It also means since I knew 4008 was a possible resistance, once I saw a supply being formed, I should have taken it short. I would have rather a closer retest of the area though. But it looks like this thing is dropping now. This candle formed at 10:30. Yep, here's where I could have gotten in at 50. We're now approaching the bottom of that, what appeared to be a bull flag. I think it's funny I'm still getting alerts on stocks that I haven't even looked at in like 2 years. Yeah, there it goes. Wow, what a swing. What a this would make you think bullish, 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 but nope. This is a pretty strong drop. Now, I'm curious what's going to happen now at the bottom of this bull flag, and let's look at it in ES. Nope, forget about my bull flag. As far as I'm concerned, Adam Mancini's levels always rule out. If this 4,000 has failed, then next up is 3983, like Adam Mancini says. He is the prophet. I just want to pull up the alerts so I can get them off, because every time I'll open Thinkorswim, it'll beep these alerts until I look at the actual alerts. Oh, looks like we're having an initial response here at the bottom of the bull flag, but if I did take this short, even though I would, really trust Adam Mancini's levels, I might take a couple positions off if I had multiple positions here, and then take the rest off at Adam Mancini's level. Because just in case, let's see if we're having the same response in the SPY. Not as strong. Yeah. Didn't think of it. I could have taken this short. I think I even remember mentioning that on ES it was having trouble getting past. In fact, when I drew this supply is when I should have taken this short. And I don't remember when it was I drew the supply, to be honest. But I think my mind was still bullish. I was thinking, okay, here we're gonna have a retest of the demand zone, and then we're gonna come back up. This is why trading, to me, is like playing fast chess. You have to quickly respond and switch your biases. Which is also why I wish I had another screen, because I really would love to have another screen like this, but to have the put option plugged in. And of course, another screen so I can look at VIX larger. Oh yes, let's look at VIX. You see how it looks like we're coming back now? Look where VIX is now. We're recovering from these two spots. Although I would have liked to see VIX go all the way over here, but it's being pushed back below this level now. Interesting. So yeah, I guess if I was short, I would probably exit my positions here and maybe hold a runner to see if we can get to Adam Mancini's 3983 or 3973. However, it is possible that we may come back down a little bit here, maybe to here, and then it'll fall back down, or in this case rise, but for SPY fall. So in other words, maybe SPY might come back up close to this previous level, and on ES we may get back up to 4,000. And I remember Adam Mancini saying this a few times in his newsletter. I'm sorry to him if I'm saying things I shouldn't say, but I think he said it in his Twitter also. Sometimes when he wants to go short, he doesn't want to chase. He would like to see a bounce to soak up stop losses, and then he'll take it short. So let's see if we can get back up to this demand area. I'm gonna put an alert. Let's do it on SPY. God, I'm so hungry. Let's see if we can come back up, retest the previous support, and then come back down. I would like to see that. Although it looks like this is the only retest we're going to be seeing, this little pullback here, which isn't really much. But yeah, I'd like to see a retest up here and then a rejection. It may even go all the way up to VWAP and then reject. I don't know. Or it could do it on ES. Where's VWAP and ES? Oh no, that's way up there. Okay. And what would that look like on VIX again? I guess we'll come back down to somewhere here and then come back the other way. I don't know. Well, let's wait and see. I gotta go make my smoothie or something. Well, looky, U candle forming. Could it be that we're about to form a 15-minute demand? See, this is where it confuses me sometimes. This may well form a 15-minute demand, come back up to our previous support, and then reject hard and fall. But it's confluent. See, this is where I'm like, is this an edge or is this just a fake out? It is confluent with one of Adam Mancini's levels. I think 3995 is a support, and this is confluent 3995 here. Oh, actually, it's more like here. But we are getting the bounce at the bottom of my bull flag. We're starting to form a 15-minute demand, but of course this candle needs to close and only just begun. It only just begun. Sorry, I like some 80s music. I'm cheesy, I know, super corny. This is confluent with my weekly level, confluent with the bottom of the bull flag. Of course, if this fails, then this bull flag is a failed bull flag. So I'm curious, what is it going to be? Are we going to take this short? Is this going to be the retest? But sometimes I think, and this is where I'm really inexperienced, and people like Adam are more experienced. Adam is able to not just determine what might happen with the market based on the levels and the candle, but the amount of time it takes for the price action to occur. So like he knew that in half an hour, if the bulls can't get a strong bounce off of 4,000, then it's probably going to fail. How does he know that? How does he know that it's a half hour? It's just experience. It's experience, and that's the part that confuses me. I don't know how he's able to pull that off. So he probably would be able to know just how much time it would take for this candle to form to tell you whether or not this was going to be a fake bounce, just a bounce before it falls again, or if this really is a push by the bulls to really get this back above. And that's that experience I simply do not have. I love social media. I just got called a narcissist and told that I have my own mythology and I should follow that and stop complaining about movies that don't represent me or whatever. Um, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be a demand zone that was formed, confluent to the bottom of the bull flag, and we're going to push our way back up. We still haven't recovered 4,000 just yet. We're at 3998. What did I just do? Oh, there it goes. So yeah, question is, I'm curious, is this going to be, uh, part of me wants to say, no, this isn't going to fall back down because it's taken so long to come back up. If this really was a fake rise that will be a drop, it would have taken a bit longer. And also this doji right here. But I don't know, I'm no expert, so we've got VWAP on SPY, we've got 4,000 level on ES to get over. So let's switch it back around and let's look at the original option I was looking at 397. Of course, to get to 397, we must get past the 4008 level, which I thought I marked it here, and then eventually make our way to the top of the bull flag. Now, if this is a demand, I just got the alert for this level being tested, but as we can see, the reaction isn't very bearish right now. It looks like the bulls are absorbing the attempts of the bears to push this down, so let's look for a retest. This is 0.8. Alright, this is 8.0, so technically I'd want my retest about 9.0, but I think it might go a little bit higher than that. So I'm going to try 9.8. Let's see if we get a retest here, and then maybe it'll push up again. But yeah, I was having this debate with this obnoxious guy on social media, on Instagram, and I was just saying how, what I mentioned before, how this guy, Critical Drinker, seems to have such a big issue if a show like The Witcher has a few black actors. And I don't understand why that's an issue. Um, and then I have people coming back saying, "Oh, well, when they replace a Norse god with a person of color, that it's funny. It's like if I say, hey, listen, why don't you give us a couple inches?" And then they'll yell, "Oh, but you want a yard when you gonna?" I'm like, dude, I'm not saying to change a white character, in mythology to a black character. I'm just saying that if there's one or two black people in Lord of the Rings, would that ruin the movie? And I actually think that's one of the reasons why some of these people love Lord of the Rings, because there are no people of color in it. And I think Amazon overcompensated with that for that in their Lord of the Rings spin-off. But this is where they're hypocrites. If you ask them to review, I don't know, Conan the Barbarian, are there too many people of color in that? I mean, it's a somewhat diverse movie. Conan's right-hand man is an Asian guy. Um, the protagonist is a person of color. and probably really a great protagonist, in fact, James Earl Jones. They won't complain about that. They'll love to keep saying, "Oh, well, it's based on, the Northern European region, so that's why there's no people of color." Okay, so where's Conan based off out of? The logic that they come up with, man, it blows my mind. The way they twist and rationalize things. Okay, here we go. This could be either A, the bearish reaction for a further fall down because the bulls weren't able to reclaim 4,000, or this is going to be a retest of this demand that was formed and we're going to push back up again. Which one will it be? I don't know. I guess we have to wait and see. All right, so the bulls are now at 4,000. They've just gotten ES to 4,000. Um, and I'm beginning to think this may not go back down and retest, but I'm gonna follow my rules. I learned my lesson from yesterday. I would think that bulls don't want to lose 4,000 again, but if this comes back down and retest, then I'll take this long because we have our demand that was formed, and it's confluent to the weekly and to the bottom of my bull flag. Had I taken this long though from the beginning, I would probably be up about 15 bucks, but that's nothing severe or major. If this comes back down again though, I'm pretty sure this is going to go down in value, so I may have to adjust my strike to maybe a 396, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, 396 would be most likely the better one, but I don't think bulls want this to come back down again. I don't think they're going to risk it, so I may not be able to get another opportunity to trade. Oh well, so be it. I just realized that this created actually a 30-minute demand zone. And I remember, sorry, I remember when I was backtesting this strategy that I found that with 30-minute demand zones, generally I don't get a retest. And the retest sort of occurred within the 30-minute zone itself. Therefore, I shouldn't wait for a retest. I should just take that long. Um, and here I go. I'm probably just rationalizing why I shouldn't take the trade, but we're still at 4,000. It's been tested multiple times. Adam Mancini said almost an hour ago that if we don't push out of 4,000, it's probably going to fail. And it looked like it did. So, I don't know. I mean, I said it was too risky to take it long on Friday, and I was completely wrong, and this rallied. But I have my multiple confluences here. I have the bottom of the bull flag, the weekly, a 30-minute demand, the 4,000 level that Adam Mancini gave. So it's giving me everything I'm asking for. I guess I should just stop making excuses and try and take this long. Let's see if this pulls back a little bit for me to get into it at 45. We'll put a tight stop loss and see what happens. Oh, oh wait, I just noticed something. Look, we made our, this is where I should have taken it long. This is when a 30-minute demand probably formed. We made our way back over to here on VIX, and this is the highest point we've been at, well, not the highest, but the lowest point we've been in almost a few days. We sneaked up below here. Forget what day that was. Yeah, I don't know what day this was. The 22nd. It was 6 days ago. I think it was Wednesday. I think this was the FOMC day. So yeah, we're back to where we were pre-FOMC, but I don't want to go long here. Yeah, I don't want to go long at a resistance. I'd like to see this break through first. So having said that, once again with my alerts, I know I'm probably making people sick of my alerts since they don't really help me that much. But it's kind of asinine because once SPY and ES starts to push higher, um, it's probably going to break down below that level anyways. Yep, I should have gotten in. We're still stuck at that spot on, nope, we just passed it. We just broke down below it. So I wonder if I could have gotten in at 45 anyways. Oh yeah, I could have. I should have gotten in back here at 11:13 instead of running my mouth. Yep. If I got in at 45, there it is. Ah, there's Adam Mancini. The 4K pin remains intact in ES for a very uneventful day after the 93-point rally. Its chop time in ES is glued to 4K, trapping below it and over. Same drill. As long as 4K defends, 420, 438 remain in play. 3983, 3973 remain below if it breaks finally. If it breakdown finally sticks. I guess he means if the breakdown finally sticks. I always not like his tweets. I keep forgetting to not do that, but again, I don't think he really cares. So we still have the 4008 resistance, which formed a supply from before. Yeah, I should have taken this long. There are too many confluences for me not to. Even if I got in at 35, I could have exited here for a $20 profit, which I would gladly take. Even though we broke below that level on VIX, looks like we're pushing back up towards it again, but I think it's going to reject here and fall. What's annoying is that this chart is tied to my other chart here on the screen, so every time I change this one, the other one changes, and I have to constantly, I probably should untie them together then. But the reason why I tie them is that I use the other screen to plot my lines sometimes, and I wanted to follow here. So, anyways, tempted to get back in here, this little pullback. But we've once again gotten above that level, that 4-hour level I showed on VIX. I wonder how much lower this might go back for a retest. Maybe I can get in at 45, 46. Or not. Uh-oh, we are making a supply here. Well, I got to 47. I guess I was being too greedy. Yeah, I was too greedy. I should have chose 47, 48. But I'm gonna keep it there. Let's see. If it leaves me behind, it leaves me behind. And it's leaving me behind. Yep. Alright, I'm gonna take it off now. It gave a little bit of a pullback. I should have gotten in at 47, which is the lowest it got to. Bulls have reclaimed 4,000. We're at 4,004 now. They need to break past 4,008, which I think they're going to make that push eventually. Once it does, this is going to be worth about 60 something. So even if I had gotten in at 47, I'll already be $10 in profit, which again, for my small account, is a lot. So I was too picky and greedy there. I did it again. This is a point where I said it. It's giving me everything I want. Creating a demand zone, confluent with a trend line, confluent with a weekly support, confluent with Adamancini support. I didn't take it long. But I guess because I was wondering, I didn't know if this was going to be a quick fake recovery and then a further drop. Plus 4,000 has been tested a great deal. If 4,000 wasn't tested so much, if we dip below 4,000, this is the first time we dip below 4,000, I'd probably be more inclined to take that long. But anyways, this is going to be a long video already, I can tell. So I'm going to take a break and finally make something to eat. My oatmeal and water smoothie. Okay, I just made myself an egg sandwich. No, I'm so cheap and I'm so frugal that sometimes it backfires in that I try to make things last so long, like watering down my milk and such, that I smelled the milk, and this milk is good quality milk. I gotta remember who, I think it's Organic Valley or something. Um, it's like $10 for a gallon. It smelled a little bit spoiled, but I would trust spoiled organic Valley milk over almost almost spoiled fresh Whole Foods 356 or 365 milk. But I also buy a little package of guacamole because I like using guacamole in my egg sandwich, guacamole and hummus. And the guacamole is all brown. Um, anyways, I'm grateful for any food, even if it's spoiled food. We just had a dip here while I was running my mouth. You probably saw it, and then we started up above here. The bulls are keeping it above 4,000. Imagine to keep above 4,000, but I'm so scared to take a trade here because they're not pushing off of 4,000. Let me take off these two alerts. They're not pushing. Oh, actually, I mean, can I? No, I guess I can't read. I want to put another alert at this weekly just in case. Damn it! Sorry. I really, really despise that I have to change it to below. It's always by default above. It's stupid, but it's thinkorswim. The peak, like I said, this was 4008 resistance, previous supply, rejected. In fact, if one was ballsy, um, one could have taken this short. One could have had a put already set up right there. You would want to do it in the money or at the money, so 395 would be a good put. Once we got to this point here, you can this is 11:30. Although the closing was here, I don't know when it got up to here, but one can assume. Let's see, time. Where's the time? Where's the time? 11:30. One can assume that it peaked maybe here because that candle closed at 45. So around here. So one could have gotten in at 60, and you wouldn't really make much money. I think the lowest point would be this spot here where it got to like 77. But I mean, you would have profited. And for all I know, this might drop even more. Ironically, though, it looks like the better spot to get in would be the retest here. This candle started at 12 o'clock. So chances are, yep, look like it started here and closed down here. Anyways, one could have gotten in around 60 here. Again, 60 here, 60 here, a little bit lower than 60. Low 60s here. And if this pushes down back to this support level, then yeah. But imagine if you went long here, if you didn't sell, let me put back, what was it? I think I did 397. Let's say you had some good funds and you could have gone long at 395. See, it would look much better here. If you went long here at this test, then you can get in at, let's say you bought 10 options at 105. Let's say you bought 10 options at 110. So you spent $1,100. If you didn't sell here, and why wouldn't you at 4008 to make your 600 bucks, then you still you still would be in somewhat profits though, thankfully, because you bought in the money. So that's the beauty about buying in the money at the money options. But the problem is the typical in the money at the money option is gonna run you close to 100 bucks. I'm gonna guess that's Adam and Mancini. Nope, it's my mother. She's just being passive aggressive. So it turns out that the landlord wants to sell this property. Thankfully, since I have a lease, I still can live here until the end of the lease, even if someone else buys the property. But my Italian friend who lives in this building and has lived in this building for many years, because his parents bought the studio on the waterfront part, and he lives there now, and they refinanced the studio, and that studio is probably worth more than half a million. I bought a townhouse when I was young in my 20s, my mother was the realtor, and it was a nightmare experience because her inspector failed to notice that there was an easement. And if you don't know what an easement is, I guess it's think of it as something that needs to be fixed, and the previous owner should, by law, fix it, and it shouldn't be sold without that issue being fixed. It was never fixed. There was an easement on the roof. The roof needed to be repaired. Somehow, my mother's people missed it. She missed it. And when I got the property, then Miami-Dade zoning decided to harass me about it and tell me I need to fix it, which was, I spent money to fix it. They kept denying it. They kept saying it wasn't properly fixed. They're basically harassing me. In fact, I know people don't like when someone plays their race card, and I've already spoken about race earlier, but um, I'm a young cop, person of color, bought my first home at like the age of 24, and or was I 25? I don't remember. And the association was harassing me about all kinds of things on my home that was there before I bought it. So apparently, the white guy who owned it before me, these things weren't an issue. The I had a some sort of like gas lamp on the house. They said that was a violation. Why has it been there this whole time? Why is it only a violation? I actually went to the meeting and I went off on them. I actually had to take time off of work and I went off on the association people and I said I had stacks of letters of all these things that were in violation. And I said to them, why is all of these things suddenly a violation now, but they weren't a violation before? Show me your bylaws. Show me the laws that show that these things were violate. Show me the law. How did I put this? I wanted them to show me proof that these violations were violations by their laws prior to me moving in. In other words, if it was written in their book, this is a violation, and the book is dated on this date, it was created on this date. If it was before I moved in and before the seller sold the home, why wasn't the seller held liable for it? I asked for proof that they sent these letters to that seller and they couldn't provide that. It was clear out and out harassment of me. I think I was the only person of color on that block. And uh anyways, so fast forward 12 years, 13 years later, I meet a girl that ruined my life and I had to sell my no, I had to quit my job, but I didn't have to sell my home. My mother was the one who insisted that I had to sell my home and convinced me to sell my home. And I ended up selling it within a month of putting it listing it for sale. And of course, she got the commission for the sale. Um, my home now is worth about maybe a little, no, not a little, quite a bit over $250,000. I bought it for 100,000. So maybe about 2 years ago, my mother claimed that she was going to help me put money down for a new home. And that's just been a nightmare experience. Every home that I like, she didn't like. Every home that she liked was trash or was far away from here, like in another county. And um, the landlord wanted to sell this place, and she kept, playing games, messing around, saying this is too much money or that's too much money or whatever, whatever. All kinds of issues she would bring up. And this isn't really a perfect place to live, I admit. But um, now that he said that he's willing to sell it again, my friend, my Italian friend, was also a realtor, sent a message to my mother that maybe this is a good time to try and buy, which I know it isn't. Um, but maybe, it can't hurt to see if the guy is willing to offer a lower price than before, I guess. I don't know. But her response today is just sorry. That's it. And my worry is that if this property is purchased by someone else and I have a new landlord, will that landlord be a jerk? Because every landlord I've had has been a jerk. This one has been the least jerky of them all, but he still isn't that great of a landlord. I've never had a landlord that just randomly out of nowhere contacted you and said, hey, listen, I want to thank you for always making your rental payments on time and da 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 da. By the way, let me know if there's anything that needs to be done, taken care of in the home, whatever. Nope. Landlords don't do that. They don't care. Especially, I mean, I can't say how it is in other places, but in Miami, landlords are basically like slumlords. So, Anyways, oh, let's take an update on the VIX. Look, once we peaked below here, we came back up, and that was it. We haven't pushed back below this spot at all. So I thought I did put an alert. I did, and it got set again. So I'm going to set another alert here. I would like to see, you know what, I'm going to take this one off. It seems to be not relevant for now. I'm going to put another alert here. Because what I didn't realize when I had the opportunity to trade here, when we tested this, was that I had 5 confluences. The trend line, my weekly, the demand zone that was formed on the 30-minute and the 15-minute, Adam and Cini's level, which is just above, and the VIX was rejecting. Wait, what time was this? This was 10:30, right? 10:30. Wait, this is when it came back up. Hold on. Sorry. I just want to get a specific time of when this happened. 10:30. Okay, 11 o'clock. Let's go back to the VIX at 11 o'clock. So here it is. This is it. This is the push. And the VIX was clearly rejecting from a previous support, now resistance. So that's 5 confluences that should have told me to take this long. And I'm actually thinking of readjusting my chart here so that the VIX appears a bit bigger. Because there's many times I just glance over and I think, oh wait, you know, I didn't really look at the VIX and see what's going on here. So I need to start doing that more often. But yeah, I'm staying out of the market for now. Okay, quick update. Let's look at VIX first. We're slowly creeping back up towards this semi-support resistance that I have here. Like I said, we never made it back down below this area right here. And me personally, I would like to see VIX pull back a little bit after such a significant drop here and here. Although still, this was a time I should have definitely taken this. Was this Friday? Yeah, this is Friday. So here's another clue on Friday for me to have gone long, and didn't occur to me. Let's go to ES. Bulls once again lost the 4,000 support. But the next level down was supposed to be 3983, and they're keeping it from dropping to that point. On SPY, I may have to buy batteries soon. We're bouncing again at this weekly support and demand that formed earlier. But at this time of day, I'm not taking this. If I was going to trade this, it would have to be right at the money or just outside the money with an ODTE. Just out of curiosity, what would Fridays? Yeah, forget that. If I wanted to go Friday at 400, which is way up here, maybe I can get in with my entire account now. But again, if I was going to trade today, it would have to be, oh my God, I'm sorry guys. It would have to be at the money. So 39, right? 39, oh man, 394. So yeah, if you set your buy-in right at the level, at the money, then you would have gotten in at 129, 130, whatever. And if this does indeed bounce, although again, I personally would have rather to have seen VIX get back to here first and then reject before taking this long. But nonetheless, and that probably would be confluent to a retest, or close to a retest of the bottom of this flag. And then you could have gotten in maybe at 100, 110. Then I would want to see this bounce. But if this creates a demand just above this previous demand, that's a good sign. But yeah, if you had gotten in at 130, you'd already be up 20 bucks in profit just like that. If this manages to make its way back up to 4,000 before the day closes, this could make its way back up to about 180, maybe $190. So you would have made 90 bucks off of your $130 investment, which is not bad. So that's the beauty of playing in the money or at the money. Still though, if this was to fail, if this were to fail and fall, you would just as quickly lose that money. Nothing else is speaking to me right now. I don't really see any other patterns, but I feel as though I'm missing a key point here. Something I'm not observing that I should be noticing. And it's just not coming to me right now. Sorry, guys. I think I've covered everything from VIX to SPY to ES. But yeah, if this continues, this may end up forming a new demand, and this may push even higher. But I need to be realistic. I can't afford at the money, or even especially in the money. So turning it back around, the question is, this is a retest, a perfect to the dollar retest of the previous demand. So I really should be trying to take this long. And already there's the pessimist in my brain is saying, no, you don't really have that strong of an edge. Clearly this is choppy marketing. This is a choppy market. You had a better edge when we're recovering from this level here. This isn't the time to trade. So, and then I have to ask myself, is my rationale based off of fear, or is it based off of logic? And that's the question. I don't know. I just want to take a nap and then go work out, destroy my body, get some salmon and some mashed potato with spinach, and watch some Initial D or something. I don't know. Some anime. I know. I'm like a kid, a grown man who's a kid. Yeah, I'm sorry. There's something important that I'm missing. I don't remember what it is. It'll probably hit me when it's too late, anyways. Right. I don't know if that you heard the bell. I just hit the record button, but on the VIX we have. Oh God. Okay. Recent VIX. We've pushed beyond this level. We may even make it to this level. You know what? Remember what I said before about taking this short at the rejection of the 4008 level on ES? It turns out this would have been the best play of the day so far. This is the short. All right, we've made it down again to the bottom of the bull flag, and I'm afraid, not afraid, how do I phrase this? I suspect this is going to fall and fail, and we may make our way to 3983, as Adam Mancini mentioned earlier today, after all. Let's take a look once again at that put possibility. I think I had mentioned before, if you got a 395 put, that would have been a good play. One can consider this a retest, but this would have been a better time to get in, around 12 o'clock. But it looks like 12:45 was another chance to get in. I didn't even think of looking at that. That's my bad, my mistake. I kept thinking bullish I should have put an alert to see if we get back and test the 55 level again. And here we did at 12:45 here when it pushed back up to here. And had one gotten in at 55, they could have sold here now at 105 for a $50 profit. It is also possible that the VIX may push back down below this level, but I don't think so. I think we may even push further up here, which is why I think we're going to end up seeing 3983 like Adam Mancini has been predicting all along. They're probably going to tweet in a bit about it. Here, I'll show you on ES. See, we're right there. 3983 is just below. Let me see if I can zoom out a bit. It's right. I probably have to bring this up and adjust it accordingly. That's close enough. But yeah, so he's right. If this also fails, our next level is 3973. This support here. So we'll see. But yeah, this would have been a good play, this short here. I never even considered. Let me take this 4004 out of here. And also this. Well, no, this was the one that formed today on VIX. Even though, wait a minute, this is 4006 on SPY. Hold on, I'm sorry, I just want to make sure I have my 4008 level correctly. The first supply that was formed today, is that 4008 or 4006? That's 4006 actually. 4008 was that spike just above. Okay, so let me correct this. This is 4008. This is actually 4006. And that was the first supply that was formed today. So we didn't even make it to 4008, but yeah. And it looks like we're falling below. We're not quite at 3983 just yet, but close enough. So, yep. That's a good thing I didn't take any longs after this. It is unfortunate it didn't occur to me to take this short. This may make its way up to about 130 if this makes its way down to 3983. No, maybe like 125. Anyways, and yes, and as you can see, VIX, we're approaching this level again. It is possible it may bounce at 3983, possible, but I don't recall how strong of a support that is. I don't really think it is that strong of a support. I think stronger is this 3973, or for me 3975 support. Interestingly, I don't have that same support here for SPY. I thought I thought I lined it up pretty good, but looks like it's different for SPY. Yeah, I don't really want to adjust it because this looks pretty good. Well, we'll see what happens. Okay, I have to admit, the beauty of this kind of... Oh, this is... Hold on, I gotta check this out, sorry. Anyways, being criticized as usual. It's the coincidences here are not really coincidences. We've made it back to this price level, which is confluent with ES. Adam Mancini's 383 level, which we almost got there we may still push down a little bit more. And the fail now, apparent failure, although I guess it might not look like it in a different time frame, but the apparent failure of the bull flag here. Although, again, I could probably drag this down somewhere else and argue that the bull flag didn't fail, but I think I picked a decent spot. So this probably is going to be a deeper sell, maybe. I don't know. Or it could just be a fake breakdown, so whatever. Yeah, I'm just curious how the rest of the day is going to play out. Okay, so we have a demand zone being formed here, confluent to this level that we broke out of on Friday. This breakout here, was it Friday or Thursday? No, Friday, and this is Monday, sorry. We retested that level on Monday and then rejected off the top of this bull flag. We had another rejection overnight, another test of the bull flag here, which failed to reach the top here, and now we're back here. So this is also, you can see, a clear 30-minute. Duolingo keeps bothering me about doing its thing. Reminder. Oh, so it looks like we're rejecting off the bottom of the bull flag now. But in any case, let's see. Let's go back to R15. And let's try looking at a 395. It's ballsy. I would need this to get past here and make its way up to at least close to VWAP for this to be worthwhile taking. But again, we've got an hour and a little over 90 minutes left of the market. I'm wondering about doing a swing. Let me think. Let's look at VIX. VIX has changed quickly. Okay, recent VIX. We didn't quite make it to the 4-hour here, but we quickly rejected and came back down here. This happened so quickly, it's just, I don't know. Oh, well, so much for that. Alright, I was stuck on the phone for about 20 minutes, and we had a good retest of the, since this was a 30-minute, let's see if it retests on a 30. Yeah, it did. I generally want to make my, and I should adjust this. I generally want to make, or try to make, 84. I generally don't want to even do a retest of 30 minutes. I just want to take it long, but the retest happened here. It got down to about 26, and I was stuck on the phone. And I wanted to take this long, but I didn't get a chance to. VIX is still going down. So yeah, this is another opportunity that I just missed out of, and I couldn't get off the phone. So, and it sucks because I actually saw this dropping and was just going to do a market buy at this point, and I could have gotten in probably somewhere at 26, 27, 28. Even if I got in at 30, that would have been good. And I probably would set my sell. And look, on the VIX, nothing here. This may very well push down to the 20, this area right here. And if it does, then chances are SPY is going to push back up to the 4,000 level. Yeah. It just never fails, man. Yeah, I'm just frustrated. This would have been decent. I would have really liked to have just gotten a little bit of green today for once. Anyways. Okay, this last few hours, this afternoon has been really, really busy. And then this might be my last video. I think it's gonna have to be, but you can see here, we didn't really get as far as I would have liked. We didn't quite make it to 4,000. Um, let's see how close it doesn't matter how close we got. The point is this that I'm trying to make, and what I made earlier is that this is a point of an edge. This is the edge. Yes. We have a 30-minute demand that formed, a 15-minute demand that formed. We're at the bottom of a trend line from previous, and this is a major level given by Adamancini. And on the VIX, we're rejecting from close to, we didn't quite make it, but this 4-hour resistance here. So we have the edge. This would have been a good trade. However, since we're so close to the end of the day and we're using ODTE expirations, I chose a strike that was just outside of them, out of the money. SPY, I think 395 is when I picked. So we would really need to have picked a 393 strike. Really, I mean, I picked it because my account is basically almost empty. But if you had a decent amount of money in your account, you would look for a retest, which we got here. This is when I was on the phone. This is a perfect retest right here. And if I had to guess, this candle started at 1430. If I had to guess, this is where the retest would have occurred right here. And then the bulls pushed it back up, and this is where we closed for the end of that candle. Actually, up here, sorry. But this is the low point for that candle, and if I had to guess, that's going to be here. So you could have gotten in, let's say you got in at 140, and you got 10 options for $1,400. It would be wise to set your sell somewhere at this weekly, or maybe at this at VWAP, which we didn't get past. The 4,000 mark is somewhere above here. But yeah, you can see it would be wise to sell early here. But nonetheless, you get in at $145 per contract, 10 contracts, so $1,450, and you can sell at 2,000. Maybe even sell here if you want to get really picky and sell up here, but VWAP was here, so you probably would have sold earlier than that. But just to be safe, you probably would have sold at 2,000. So, take 2,000 minus 1,450, and that's your profit. It's nothing significant, but on a choppy day like this, when things and the price is moving seemingly unpredictable, the strategy works. The strategy works. But as Adamancini, and he mentions this in his newsletter, but I can say it because he says it a lot in Twitter. In markets like this, you want to take your profits fairly early. So yeah, I think this is going to be my last video. No trades made today, unfortunately. I know that means I didn't lose money, but there were at least three opportunities to make money. Opportunity number one was here. This was the first one. The second one was here. It just didn't quite kick in my head at that time. I was looking for more retest here. The retest failed here. One could have taken this short here, but again, when the moves are this short, you have to use an in the money or at the money option to really make any money. And also, I can't afford that with my account. This was also a good play. Not exactly a very big return, but it would be a good play. But nonetheless, pretty choppy. Anyways, yeah, that's gonna be my last video. Nope, I had to make one more video because my last video we were chopping around here. We dropped back and look where we bounced, right at the bottom of the bull flag. And if we look at VIX, pulled back here and then just dropped. Made it past this 4-hour and made it to the very next level I have here at this hour. If we look at ES, Adamancini will just say, hey, it's simple, level to level. 3983 was his next level, formed a perfect 15-minute demand here. If you had futures or if you were doing options and you went in the money, you just take this long and just exit at the next level, 4,000. On SPY, next level is here, this support, previous support, now resistance. So I could have gotten back in at this pullback here or this pullback here, $14, $15, and boom. Man. And the market's about to end in a minute, but this would have been it. Sell right there. It pushed just past. We we literally went right exactly to my previous support around 4,000. For me, it's 4002. Man. All right. What are you gonna do?